All right, along the Escalante route, whatever, and gosh, it's in the shadows, but I'm trying to get it about center screen, what would be our side of the river, but across from us, that little beach area, that is just below the wall. And if you look, you can see the slide. I might be able to point it out on a picture, whatever, but you can definitely see the Papago Slide from here, and I have the hiccups. But anyway, we need to get moving. I just thought, I've actually caught that. I've never paid attention to that before. Later. All right, day 5 here, as I probably stated in some previous footage. But anyway, we are facing the Papago Wall. This will have been the 4th time that I have ascended the Papago Wall. My first time was with that group I ran into from Oklahoma, and the second time I faced it solo, and I don't know, I managed to pull it off. The 3rd time I just looked at some footage and I had a little bit of trouble at the top. And today, wow, mistakes were most definitely made. Yeah, as when we get to the top point, you will understand. It was actually not quite a cakewalk, but it wasn't terribly difficult climbing it without my pack on. I mean, it's just amazing when you don't have, an extra 40 pounds on your back, kind of leaning into the back of your head so that you can't look up. But yeah, here I am. I'm going up ahead of her. I had originally planned to go up and down and then, ascend a second time with her and then come back down again, grab the camera and my pack, and yeah, we didn't do that. So this is quite a long video. Sorry about that, but if it is helpful to anybody, wow, please, yeah, watch it, learn something, observe probably some of what I have done wrong here. I think I do okay until I get to the top, and I'm questioning, did I like top out in the right spot? But then when I look back at, do have footage from the 3rd time that I did this, and it appears that I topped out in the same spot. At that point, I did need a hand up also. I just struggle. I am about 5'4". My pack was way too big, way too heavy. Yeah, I had over 40 pounds on me climbing the wall. Obviously not in this footage right here. I am doing it without my pack, trying to, make sure my friend gets up the wall okay. But yeah, there are definitely disadvantages to being a little bit shorter. I just can't take the steps that someone taller can, and I don't have the arm reach. And that was my biggest struggle when I got to the top part, was without a pack, I do it. And if you watch as I get closer to it, you'll see where I put forth some effort into it without my pack on, trying to reach and get a proper toe hold and finger hold. Yeah, my friend struggled quite a bit. There is that fear factor. I mean, this is a 20-foot free climb. I'm not exactly sure what class it is. No gear is required to do this, so it's not crazy technical, but if you fall, it's going to be pretty ugly. And when you're climbing with weight on your back, that even though you've got it, dialed in to fit you fairly well, it shifts on you, or you go to look up. My biggest struggle with a backpack is you look up and it's like you can't look up all the time. But we're doing it here. We're getting close to the top. Yeah. I will have footage of me coming down. I do not know that I will talk the whole time. We'll see. But yeah, attempt number 4 at the Papago Wall. Definitely, wow, not one of my better ascents, I will say. But we did it. We survived. When we finally do get her topped out up there, we sit up there for a few minutes and we are laughing because we're about ready to cry. She got some pretty serious abrasions on her knees and her forearm, just trying to pull that last bit. I mean, the rock is rough, and I ended up lousy angle, and I did cut it just because, yeah. I got a hold of her pack, and it took the weight off of her once she got up, and then she could get herself back up. Yeah, it is a struggle. Again, if you are watching this and listening to me ramble on, please, as you watch it, if you see something I'm doing wrong, please learn from it. I feel like I went a pretty good line for most of it. I just kind of like looked at what worked. And I don't know, as we get up here, you know, I've definitely topped out in this area before. Should I have paid attention? Should I have gone left? Should I have like yeah, not climbed topped out right there, but maybe like shimmy to the left a little bit? I don't know. If you have done this before, if you have experience, please let me know. You can, you know, give me some advice if I ever get back here. Um, but yeah, we're getting her up there. Yeah, this was a very challenging day. I had forgotten, and you'll see there's a slideshow after this if you choose to watch that long. I do just a slideshow of photos I took between the mouth of 75 Mile Canyon or Neville Rapids, whatever you like to call it. And yeah, so I had forgotten that when you drop into, you know, the beachy area before the Papago Wall, I had forgotten about the drop in, that it's a little bit sketchy. Yeah, she wasn't too thrilled about that. And I have done that in the past. I block out the sketchy stuff that I don't really enjoy. Yeah. Um, but anyway, um, we're doing it here. I am climbing back down, and again, so much easier without a pack. So maybe the climbing down footage will help you more than the slow moving going up as I'm trying to figure it out. But I'm still scooting a little bit down here. And then, yeah, so we had the little bit of sketchy trail dropping in here. We had to conquer the Papago Wall. Okay, it was quite challenging. And then we get up top, and I'm going to try to describe it. I do not have pictures of it. I was pretty fried after getting up here. Um, there was some really decent looking cairns going left, and we followed those, and kind of a sketchy area, and we came to one of those chimneys, and there was no way we were going to fit up with our packs. So I went up without my pack, and she kind of pushed my pack a little bit, snagged it with, I had snagged it with some paracord, and I stretched my leg down, hooked it on my foot, and hauled it up from there. Probably not the ideal thing to do. The first time I went with that group from Oklahoma, I mean, Dave, yeah, 78-year-old Dave nailed it, man. He picked the perfect chimney. We all fit up with our packs on. I guess he did have to shift he had one of those Thermarest, just the kind of closed cell foam pads. He had one of those, and we had to turn it the other direction because that was too wide. But the chimney we, got on that day, we fit. The second time when I went solo, I conquered the wall. But oh my gosh, I screwed up on the chimney, and yeah, had some issues there. Third time, I kind of, connected with another group, and it was pretty good. And today, yeah, I mean, we got up that chimney, and it was okay, but it definitely wasn't fun. And here I am. I put mute on this. You don't want to hear me huffing and puffing and getting angry when I get to the top. But if this helps, yeah, I'm doing this here with my pack on, after I had climbed back down and retrieved the GoPro and my backpack. And yes, my friend needed to help me when I got to the top, because I got to that top part, and the toe hold that I could snag when I did not have a pack on, and get that right knee up. I just could not get my knee up. It was, yeah, it was pretty ugly. We got to the top and kind of like just chilled for a few, and then, went to find that chimney, and I don't know, again, didn't nail it on the chimney. We got one where we had to take the packs off. It worked, and then um, I do have footage of the Papago Slide. It is absolutely horrendous footage. I had the GoPro on my head as I do here, so hopefully this isn't making y'all feel too icky. I tried viewing some of the footage from going down the slide, and yeah, I think just on the computer, I was feeling pretty sick pretty quickly. So that footage is kind of useless. But let's just say the Papago Slide took us a while. Um, yeah, but we did. We made it. We made it down the Papago Slide. I have no idea how long it took. It took a long time. And then we get down to like, river level, and you've got that stretch that goes from the base of the Papago Slide into the Hance Rapid like camp area. Oh my. It was extremely overgrown. My friend's Gossamer Gear umbrella got kind of ripped out of her backpack and stranded along the trail. We did find it later, but um, I managed to come out of there not too scratched up. She looked between the Papago Wall and that. She was really scratched up. But we did it. We got into camp, and yeah, it was tougher than I remembered, tougher than she was anticipating. But we did it. We spent our night at Hance Rapid. It was the warmest night we'd had so far. It was actually the humidity had kicked up and the clouds were rolling in. So I don't know if I caught any of that with pictures today. I know I get to camp and I don't really take a whole lot of photos because I'm just tired. And here I am. I'm climbing the wall, and I know I'm just like talking away. You can be watching me climb if you want. Um, Again, so much easier without that pack on. You can see my hand kind of shaking a bit there, but again, we did it. And yeah, let me know if you can see where I messed up or have any tips, any advice, chime in. So maybe if someone watches this, they'll, you know, know a better way, better line or whatever. But I kind of cut it short as I get up here because I struggled with that last bit a whole lot. I mean, it was really ugly and I was stressing out quite a bit. And I mean, I guess I do stress out along trail sometimes, but this was pretty bad. But I'm about done with footage here, so I am going to wrap it up and leave you to that slideshow if you so choose. And I had some fun with the music, so later.